Okay, so quick video on code generation with AI and how we use that to collaborate with other humans. Um, in my opinion, collaboration is a joint activity where everyone gets a equal input and gets valued equally. Um, Implicit in this is rotating, so everyone gets a chance to speak, everyone gets a chance to implement, everyone gets a chance to change the direction or just observe something is going well in terms of mini sessions at the end to highlight what's going well. Quite inspired by a recent session on AI and mob programming. So there was some great stuff on human on the loop. Often we let AI just go, and that's not really agentic engineering, it's more just vibe coding. It's not necessarily going to give you a quality output. It may do, but it's not so likely in the long run. Related to this is for me, the confidence in the output. And whilst we may not need to look at the code, I think if we have a quality test and we see that quality test fail, then pass, I think we have good confidence in that test. Arguably, one test is not enough. I would probably say many more tests are going to be needed. So I was thinking during the talk, if we have a PRD that's moderately verbose, so perhaps it's been iterated upon by humans or AI together, and at that point we have something that may loosely define a success criteria, maybe not a full acceptance criteria on a particular feature. So we may do a initial test, as I was talking about one test, just one test on one piece of functionality. It may be that we execute a certain command at the start and we see a certain output. We get a system running. And once we've done that initial running, we now are in a good position to say what's next. So you could just have that one first test generated from a PRD. That could be one approach, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be many approaches that come out of a new agentic engineering. And another approach could be that we have a PRD that defines a system reasonably well. It probably won't cover everything. Software development is iterative, whether we like it or not. So from that PRD, we could go for generating an entire product suite that describes many features. It may be grouped into different sections, perhaps around areas of functionality like purchasing or listing products, reviewing an order, notifying the user that an order is dispatched. Typical e-commerce workflow. So it may naturally group itself into different areas of functionality with different features. So you may well be able to generate quite a verbose test suite. And I would imagine that most of it's going to fail. Probably all of it is going to fail straight off. And that's a good thing because you won't have generated any code. So see the whole test suite fail and then pick the first one to make pass and rerun the whole test suite after you've seen the passing test. We're back into that vein of sort of test first driven development. Probably going quicker though with AI, but still observing that traditional way of doing test-driven development. Arguably a best practice. I don't think it's that arguable, but other people disagree. So we have this test-driven development approach with AI basically making the code pass, and the human has probably had quite significant input into generating the PRD. So then we come to the other aspect of how would this function in a mob? And the simple question is, I don't know. Simple answer even. In a mob, we are collaborating as humans. And traditionally, there is a driver and a navigator, similar to pairing with just two people. And then we also add in team members, which could be just one, it could be more. I've seen mob programming done with 7 people, and it kind of works. You reduce your rotation timing so people don't get bored, probably down to a minute or 2. So you could then say that AI is an equivalent to a human as a team member. They kind of have a little bit more superpowers though, so I'm not sure if they are just a regular team member. But figuring out the workflow with mob programming as a driver navigator team where the AI is some sort of team member is pretty useful. And there was one Woody workshop where AI was sort of in the loop, and I look forward to more workshops where we just try it and figure out where AI fits in, or where we would like it to fit in as humans. AI is currently our slave to some degree anyway, but when we are just letting Claude code away and generate some sort of system that may or may not be what we want, sometimes it's brilliant and it generates things that we haven't thought of that are useful, and other times it just generates random code. The test still passes, but it isn't the minimum amount of code. So that is arguably wrong. It should just generate the code we need to make the system, the test pass. If it's not doing that, what is this extra code for? Do we trust that extra code? Probably not. And it's all about trust or confidence in the code that we produce. So there's a few thoughts. That is 8 minutes 5 of your life you won't get back. I apologize, but just a few thoughts to put out there. I'll try and do some more detailed things on how AI could fit into the loop, and also on the platform idea I had for mob development, where we have AI as a team member and video is also embedded into the editor to make it easier. I'm envisaging something like GitHub's code spaces for this with a combination of Google Meet. Nothing too complicated, and then an AI terminal or chat panel, and rotating with a mob timer with that relating to the number of people in the mob. So yeah, there's some thoughts, and thanks for listening.